Hello subscribers and non-subscribers, and welcome back to Let's Play Star Trek Online. So, in this part we're going to be beginning the Gamma Quadrant story arc. With storm clouds gather, the Dominion and the Alliance attempt to find common ground against the Herc, as attacks by the reawakened foes escalate.
Head to DS9 as soon as you're able.
The Alliance has agreed to a summit meeting with the Dominion to discuss the return of the Herc and what can be done to prevent their aggression from devastating all four galactic quadrants. Despite recent events, we've agreed to host the summit at Deep Space Nine. None of the galactic powers are comfortable hosting a Dominion fleet deep within their territory. Meet with me at DS9 prior to the beginning of the summit. I'd like to discuss our options. Okay. Technically we're already here. I just need to scooch over a little. And they're actually gonna make me go away. Well, no, let's fly a little further along. There we go. And 1 second. Give me 1 second. I need to pause the recording for a second. Okay, sorry about that. Let's go ahead and begin. We've entered the Denorios Belt, Admiral. I'm reading several civilian vessels on sensors in addition to the flagship of the summit attendees. The station is still damaged from the recent attack, but it appears that critical system repairs are complete. Their damage control teams must be working double shifts. Indeed. Helm, take us to the station.
Please, we're low on fuel and supplies. We need help badly.
I can't really help you.
Tell the Ambassador that any Jem'Hadar aggression will be met with deadly force.
See, we got the Bortesque, the Enterprise, the Lisette.
This is Station Control. Welcome to Deep Space Nine. Your docking clearance has been authorized.
Yeah.
Several of our docking facilities were damaged in the recent conflict. Please proceed to the provided coordinates.
Thank you, Lieutenant. We got the FMS Grand Nagus, and then just the generic Dominion flagship. Let's see. Okay. Like I said, thanks, Lieutenant. Continue.
Also, Captain Nog is waiting to meet with you on the promenade at your earliest convenience. Enjoy your stay here at the station.
Okay. And dock at DS9. An away team will be standing by while you attend the summit, Admiral. Are you ready to transport to the station? Yep.
Hello. Nice to be working with you again. I've been assigned to assist you here on the station. The leaders of the 4 major delegations have asked to meet with you prior to the summit meeting. Their offices are located here on the promenade.
Very well, Captain. Whoops. I don't know why the hell that looks like that. Go to our dress uniform.
Admiral Quinn's office is behind those doors.
Well, let's talk to him first.
The results of this summit could have long-lasting effects. A number of our allies, particularly the Klingons, consider the Herc to be a Dominion problem. The Federation sees this as a chance to improve relations with the Dominion. Having allies in the Gamma Quadrant instead of enemies would be a great step toward galactic peace.
Understood. Oh, don't know what the hell happened there. Continue on. Let's go and talk to whoever this is over here.
Here is Proconsul Deton's office.
Okay. Romulan Republic.
This summit may be difficult. While your people will see a path toward peace, I suspect the Klingons will feel the opposite. There is no love lost between them and the Dominion, or the Herc for that matter. The Republic position is one of pragmatism. A weakened Dominion will be easier to deal with, and the Herc are a threat no one can ignore.
Understood, Proconsul.
Chancellor Jempok has an office here.
Ah, yes, he has the broom closet.
This summit may not end well. Most of the High Council sees the Herc as a Dominion problem. They are content to let them fight to the end and deal with any survivors. But there are others, such as Martok, who see that position as dishonorable. If they want to fight the war of their ancestors, so be it. But they will be doing so without the Empire. The same could be said for your Federation, should they choose to aid the Dominion.
Understood, Chancellor. And let's go and speak to Odo.
Ambassador Odo is here, coordinating security efforts.
I'll be blunt. The Herc have decimated most of the Dominion. All but one fleet, gone. It's all the Jem'Hadar can do to keep our remaining worlds from being laid waste. There is no diplomacy with the Herc. We don't know why they're attacking. We're not even sure where they're coming from. I'm sure there are those in the Alliance who would be content to let the Herc destroy us. But where do you think they'll turn once they're finished?
A good question, Ambassador.
There are several Alpha Quadrant leaders here for the summit. Kai Kira of Bajor, Counselor Garrick of Cardassia, and my father, Ferengi Grand Nagus Rom. I recommend meeting with them as well. Their worlds will be on the front line if the Herc launch a full invasion into this quadrant.
Very well, Captain.
I believe the Kai is here. My father is in my uncle's bar. Hard to believe he used to work there, huh?
I was wondering when you'd come along. I'm guessing you're here to talk about the Herc and what we want to do about them. It's no secret that the Ferengi aren't a military powerhouse like the Klingons. Most of the time, we'd be happy to make a tidy profit from all of this, and as far away from it as possible. That changed when the Herc attacked Ferenginar.
The Herc attacked Ferenginar? First I'm hearing of it.
We would have been wiped out without help. And we didn't get it from Starfleet or the Klingons. We got it from the Lucari and the Cardassians. Even a few not cool ships showed up to fight. That showed us that this is everyone's fight, big or small. So we're in. And if the 34th rule of acquisition comes into play, well...
How did you convince your people to join?
It wasn't easy, believe me. I've managed to get the Board of Liquidators with us, for now. Most of them see the potential for incredible profit. Alliance defense contracts can be very lucrative. The rest, well, let's just say their self-preservation instincts are strong. They'd rather fight with the Alliance than stand alone. The Herc have me thinking about adding a new rule of acquisition. If they can't be bought, get ready to fight!
That seems appropriate where the Herc are concerned.
Did you have another question?
Not at the moment, no.
Hello there. I suppose Admiral Quinn sent you down here to see where Bajor stands. I can tell you we're worried. The Herc were a few ships away from ravaging our homeworld, and if the Dominion falls, they'll be back. and we'll be the first to face them, so Bajor stands ready. We'll do what we can to stop the Herc, even if that means joining forces with the Dominion.
Tough call, but I understand it.
There's something else I should mention. I've experienced visions recently, a sign from the prophets. I see a place I've been before, a world beyond the grip of death. It's the home of a former Kai, and it's in the Dominion. I should also mention that I've seen you in this vision as well. I believe we're going to take a journey together soon.
What are your duties as Kai?
As Kai, I'm obligated to serve the will of the prophets. Doing so leads me to many places, not just Bajor. That can be difficult, especially in times of war. There's been a lot of that in the last few years. First the Dominion, then the Klingons, the Iconians, and now the Herc. There are times when I wonder how Ben Sisko managed during the Dominion War, and he was the emissary. I've tried to follow his example whenever possible, but it's been a challenge.
No doubt.
Something else on your mind?
Not at the moment. And let's go and speak to Garrick. Who I believe is in his store.
Looks like Counselor Garrick is in his old tailor shop. Huh.
Hello there. I take it you're not here to update your ensemble, though if you'd like a few suggestions, I'd be happy to provide some. In the meantime, let's talk about serious business, shall we? I'm sure you'd like to know Cardassia's position on the Herc problem. It's simple, really. They're a menace, and one we should deal with swiftly. Surprised? Don't be. Cardassia was recently attacked by the Herc. We'd have fared poorly without help from our neighbors. Even the Lucari and the Ferengi offered a hand. I trust this lesson isn't lost on you. If we stand alone, we're doomed.
This used to be your store.
Once upon a time, when I was but a tailor. That was before plain, simple Garrick became a member of the Detapa Council, of course. Before the Reconstruction and the Iconian War and the Herc. While I'm proud of the work I've done for Cardassia over the years, there's a part of me that yearns to be here once more. To be just a tailor, just Garrick.
We go where we're needed.
Will there be anything else?
Not at the moment.
The Alliance has asked a number of special consultants to attend the summit. I know each of them well, and I can vouch for their knowledge and skill. Even my Uncle Quark. Despite his reputation, his knowledge of the Gamma Quadrant is valuable. Just don't mention Latinum in the discussion, or the value of his information could rise considerably.
Understood.
Nice to see some fighters around here. You're here to fight the Herc, aren't you? Someone has to, before they eat everything in existence. Some of the other Gamma refugees will moan and groan about this part of space, but I like the Alpha Quadrant. The Bajorans are processing iridium ore here again, and there's good, honest work for people willing to do it, like me. Most of the Bajorans won't go near the processing areas. Too many bad memories about how the Cardassians ran them, I guess. That's good and well, just means more work for me. Beats working for the Dominion, I can tell you that much. I might never go back.
You can talk to those guys, but I don't know when they actually decide to give you anything useful.
Hello. It's been a while since that business at Korvat, hasn't it? You're looking well. My compliments to your CMO. As you can see, I've been recently recommissioned. I'm doing what I can to get things in order here after that business with the Zenkethi and the Herc. We're still treating casualties, and it looks like we'll be seeing more soon. A lot more. The situation is compounded by the presence of civilians, both local and from other systems, even the Dominion. We have a number of refugees from the Gamma Quadrant on the station, and more are on the way. Clearly, the sooner we can solve the Herc dilemma, the better. We'll be beyond our capacity to help the refugees soon, as will Bajor.
Recently recommissioned? You left Starfleet?
I mustered out some time ago to start a private practice on Trill. Since then, I've worked on special projects for Starfleet from time to time as a consultant. Even managed to start a family. Needless to say, I wasn't initially thrilled with the idea of putting the uniform on again. Still, it's very hard to say no to Kai Kira and Captain Dax. And so here I am, back on the front of an interstellar conflict. Here's hoping it's a brief one.
An ideal outcome, but unlikely.
Something on your mind?
Nothing now.
Hello. Oh, it's been a while since I've been in this place. I can't believe Quark still has that hollow me in here. It's a little embarrassing, to be honest. I wish we were all here under better circumstances. Then again, DS9's always been a trouble magnet. I guess peace is a little too much to ask for around here. My husband is risking a lot of capital, political and otherwise, by choosing to get involved with all of this. Fortunately, he's the best Grand Nagus to come around in a long time. The best ever, as far as I'm concerned, but I'm pretty biased on that point. Look, if I were this mirror version of me I've been hearing so much about, I'd have a lot more tactical advice to offer. As it is, my advice to you is this. Take a look around. Think about all the civilians, the refugees, people who are depending on you to protect them. Think about the best way you can do that, if you can. That's what I'd do if I were in your shoes. Boots, whatever.
Mirror version?
Yeah, in that alternate universe where good people are evil and vice versa, turns out the evil version of me is an admiral there. Real piece of work. Wears lots of leather, carries a whip. Oh, and she's in command of the evil Enterprise. I found out about her from my husband's information gathering specialists. Never hurts to be well informed, right? Rule of acquisition number 7. Keep your ears open and your eyes on the mark.
Or rule number 74, knowledge equals profit.
Was there something else?
No, thank you. And Quark.
So, they dragged you into this too, huh? Can't say I'm too surprised. You've come a long way since your scrap with the Klingons as a cadet. I'm here because my fool of a brother, the Nagus, seems hell-bent on getting the Ferengi into this mess. Not a lot of profit in fighting the Hurk, 34th rule or not. You can't spend your money when you're dead.
Yes, since I created this character, they made Quark be in command of the freighter that you go and rescue during the tutorial. So this is assuming that this character was created after that change. That's not the case. So technically, this last sentence here regarding my scrape with the Klingons as a cadet, well, yes, I had one, but it's unlikely that Quark would know about that, at least as far as our character is concerned. But yeah, they don't check that to see if this character was created prior to that and then give him different dialogue. So, oh well.
If you ask me, we'd be better off sealing that wormhole and saying goodbye to the Hurk and the Dominion forever. I'd miss the Tullaberry wine, but I'd get over it. But seeing how that'll never happen, especially as long as Kira's still breathing, I suppose I'll have to dig in like everyone else. You know what the worst part of this mess is? Odo. He's back like a kind of ghost haunting me. I must be cursed.
I hear you own a moon now.
I do. And I'd be there, enjoying myself, if it weren't for the Grand Nagus. Brother or not, I wanted nothing to do with this until he put Lucari terraforming tech on the table. Couldn't pass that up. It'll cut biosphere renovation costs on my moon by 70%. Even with Odo here, and a billion Herc trying to demolish everything in sight, there's profit in the wind. Might finally land that exclusive Tulaberry export contract I've been dreaming about for 40 years.
Assuming the Herc don't eat all the Tula berries.
Can I get you something?
I'm fine for now.
There's a number of refugee groups here on the promenade.
There we go. Now the game wants me to talk to the refugees.
We're lucky to be alive, friend. There was little warning before the Herc attacked our homeworld. We sent a call to the Founders, but no Jem'Hadar ships came. Our local defense force didn't last long. A few of us managed to get away on ships before the Herc closed in. Word of the Bajorans and their faith reached us after the war ended. Their stories about one of their spiritual leaders. She came to the worst of us, on our prison moon, to bring the wisdom of the prophets. So, when the Herc came, we decided to come here, through the Celestial Temple, to seek deliverance. If the Founders won't listen to us, perhaps Kai Kira and the prophets will.
The Kai will help you if she can. I guess just run this way. Talk to these other guys again. Don't know if he'll say the same stuff.
Nice to see some fighters around here. You're most...
Oh, you're not the right people. What the hell?
It must be a surprise seeing Karemans here on a Federation station. Let that sink in for a minute. It's so bad in the Dominion that its citizens are looking for safe haven with their former enemies. We were the lucky ones. We got out early. I've heard rumors about a blockade, keeping the rest of us from leaving the homeworld. It might be true. I haven't seen any more Karemans arrive here for a while now. Oh, please. The Founders have forsaken us. Don't let the Alliance turn their backs on us, too.
We'll do what we can for you.
Quinn here. The summit will begin soon. I'd like to go over what you've learned. Interesting. The Klingon and Romulan positions were somewhat predictable, but I'm surprised by the resilience of the Cardassians and Ferengi. I'm also concerned about the Gamma refugee issue. We'll need to work with the Bajorans to manage the situation here. We should get to the conference room. Report to me there when you arrive.
Yes, sir.
Well, everyone's here and no one started shooting. Could be worse. That was a joke. Take a moment to relax, speak with the others. Things will be serious soon enough.
Yes, sir.
Jempak is more of a political creature than he was. Well, when we were both a lot younger. He's not willing to face the truth. There are Klingons who fear the Herc, hiding behind politics and rules. Grethar waits for their worthless souls. Know this. There are still Klingons who know where their blades belong. We will not dishonor our ancestors and ignore the Herc. We will fight them to our dying breath in the name of Kahless and the Empire!
You won't be alone, General. Okay, we'll talk to the Kai first.
Hello again. I spoke with Odo about the vision we discussed. He's agreed to clear a mission to the old sector. Opaka, the former Kai I mentioned, lives there now.
Does this involve your visions?
I believe so, yes. The Kai has a condition that has prevented her from leaving until now. Odo has provided us with data that could lead to a cure. If there's a chance, I'm willing to take it. Her wisdom could help us all greatly. I realize this is a lot to take in, but I hope I can count on your help when the time comes.
You'll have it, Eminence.
Greetings. It is agreeable to see you, especially outside the confines of Facility 4028. I'm glad we had a moment to talk before the summit begins. I trust you relayed everything you learned from us to your superiors. If I may be so bold, I hope that you conveyed a need for cooperation with the Founders as well. At least in matters regarding the Herc, if not in all things.
Of course.
I'm glad you're here. I've been feeling conflicted lately. All the worlds we saved from the Zenkethi were also home to thousands of dormant Herc. By saving those planets, we also saved a great number of enemies. Those very enemies have since attacked a number of worlds, including my own.
We've also saved billions of lives, Captain.
You're right, of course. If only there'd been another way to resolve things. If the Zenkethi would have listened to reason. I suppose we should place our hope in working together to stop the Herc. I can't help but think there's a path to peaceful resolution in all of this. There's got to be some way to end this madness before more lives are lost.
Perhaps there is.
If I can have everyone's attention, thank you. Let's begin the summit. We have a lot to discuss. Thank you all for coming. By now, you should be aware of our tactical situation. The Dominion, as you know it, is on the verge of collapse. We've withdrawn to our core systems, and the lines are holding, for now. Without your help, the Herc will win the war of attrition.
What about your outer systems? We're receiving refugees here, from those areas.
We have one fleet left, Admiral. That's hardly enough to defend the entire Dominion.
I'm failing to see how this concerns the Empire.
The recent battle here is a sample of what the Herc can do.
If you think they'll stop at the wormhole, you're sadly mistaken.
Need I remind you that the Dominion came to your aid in the Iconian War? I seem to recall Klingons placing high value on debts of honor, or has that changed?
Mind your tongue, changeling! I will not be insulted!
Ruh-roh.
Admiral Quinn to Ops. What's happening?
We're under attack, Admiral. It's the Herc. Reading Herc boarding parties. Multiple decks. They've concentrated in the damaged pylon. Ore processing area.
I need you to get to that damaged pylon section and lock it down before the Herc trigger an explosion that could wreck the station.
Also, I don't remember the Dominion coming to our aid during the Iconian War. Oh wait, no, they did. In Midnight. Or whatever the name of that mission was. Like right at the very end. If I'm recalling correctly. It's been a little while since I played that mission. I say that's been like only a couple of weeks. But still, a little too long for me to really remember the exact details of it. But yes, I believe they did indeed come to our aid. I'm just not quite recalling it properly. I'm on it, Admiral. This mission's gonna take forever to render. I mean, just look at how much better those animations look now compared to earlier missions. Kinda can't wait till they manage to hopefully go through all of the old missions and redo the cutscenes. But that is a very slow process. And there's quite a few missions. So that's gonna take forever. Maybe it'll happen someday.
Bad news. The hangar security shield is on the verge of collapse. If it drops, you'll get pulled out into space, so let's make sure that doesn't happen. You need to stabilize the power relays and recalibrate the shields. There are consoles near your position you can use to do this.
Wonderful. And we really need Hair 2.0, or, well, the version 2 hairstyles for males. But that's also going to be a fairly slow process, it seems. Acknowledged, Captain. Because they've got a couple for females, but nothing for guys. And stabilize power relays. And let's recalibrate the shields, because I don't need that opening and sucking everybody out into space.
Nice work, but it's not over yet. The Herc have moved into the ore processing area above your position. There's a lot of unstable uridium ore in there. If they damage it, it could ignite and set off a chain reaction that could destroy the pylon. You'll need to make your way up there to secure the area and restart the safety systems there.
The lighting makes my hair look gray rather than black, at least from the rear. Also, how did the uridium ore not get set off during the previous fight here against the Zenkethi and the first Herc attack? Whatever. Understood. A little surprised though that it didn't happen previously, because it seems like it should have.
Looks like the access system in this section was reset. You'll need to rotate the central column and extend the bridges in order to reach the next section.
Very well. And let's continue. And take care of the Herc. We have no glowing dudes up here. And don't know why that guy was just standing in the corner. Okay, retract walkways. Move it back down. Extend walkways again.
Okay, you're almost in the clear. The safety systems for the area are currently offline. You'll need to restore power to that section and reinitialize the safety systems to get everything back online.
Acknowledged. Reroute power. And reinitialize system.
All right, the safety systems are reinitializing. They should be up and running in a few minutes. Nice work. Hold on. I'm picking up multiple Herc life signs in your area. They're converging on your position. I need you to defend that section from the Herc until the system comes online again. If they get in before that happens, they could knock it offline again, or worse.
Understood. Hello there. Call in a security detail. Or security escort, whatever. And I need to take care of the glowing one. Now it's glowing ones. And one of my away team were downed. I'm not surprised by that. Finn's down now as well. Let me get out. And we'll just revive Nermoya once we beam back to our ship at some point. Ooh, that was a little close. Well, you know, it probably didn't help that you got stuck down there. I think you got knocked back. Not sure about what happened to Nermoya, to be complete. Oh, okay, there they are. Where the hell's Trust? Did the same thing happen to them? Did they get knocked down somewhere? But then why aren't they at least up there? Where the hell did Trust end up? You know, I have no idea, because I feel like Trust should have been able to get at least to where you are, our Kobali officer. So, oh, there you are. Why didn't you at least run up the stairs, at least get up to here? You wouldn't have been helpful, but at least, you know, you could try to act like you're contributing. Whatever. That did it! The Herc won't be getting in there anytime soon. Damage control teams are on the way. Also, they shouldn't have sounded so exciting. This is a Borg bridge officer, but whatever. Very good. Admiral, DS9 Command has requested the aid of all available ships in the sector. The station and a number of civilian vessels are under heavy attack, and we need you on the bridge. Transporters are standing by. We're ready to beam you back to the ship on your command. Beam out. And yeah, this mission is going to take forever to render. I think I'm just going to record these two for now, and maybe I'll try and record the third one tomorrow.
The Herc are attacking the station and several civilian vessels in the system. I've sent ships to assist them, but I'm concerned our forces are spread too thin. I'd like you to work with those ships to protect the civilians while the rest of us defend the station. First, Dukan Rex will accompany you as a combat escort.
We'll keep them safe, Ambassador.
Starfleet vessels, this is Quinn. Protect civilian targets.
Let's go and help the Crimmins. And this character also needs to get all their weapons upgraded.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
I kind of expect we're gonna get blown up. I've played this mission before. It's probably gonna happen. You're not the particularly good torpedo spread target. There we go. Uh-huh. Let's go help the Bajorans now. I feel like our full impulse is a little slow. There we go. That took care of those guys.
Plotting the course for Beta Z. May the prophets guide you.
Nice work, but I'm afraid there's bad news. We're picking up Herc vessels and they're heading our way. The station's weapon systems are offline. We need a few minutes to get them up and running. Until then, we're a sitting duck over here. I've asked every ship in the sector to regroup and prepare for battle. Let's hope it's enough.
We'll do what we can, Captain.
Warning. Ship is under attack. Target's shields have failed. Your shield failing. Left shield failing.
Honor your ancestors. Fight now and destroy the Herc. Concentrate fire on their capital ships.
I mean, sure.
Chief, I need those systems online!
Left shield failing. Target's shields have failed. Rear shield failing.
We'll do what we can, but my god, this is a lot of fire.
These Herc do not know fear. I will teach it to them.
I need you to get off my ass.
Systems online in 60 seconds.
Target's shields have failed.
Don't let the frigate swarms get behind you.
I mean, I feel like the frigate swarms are more of an annoyance rather than an actual threat.
Just a few more seconds.
Target's shields have failed.
Defense systems online. Target the Herc and open fire.
Okay, yeah, I was about to say. I'm like, wasn't it supposed to be 60 seconds? But yes, so, okay, they turn back on when there is a minute left.
Rear shield failing. Target's shields have failed.
Almost done. A little surprised we didn't get blown up, I'm gonna be completely honest. those things to back up.
Target's shields have failed.
Come on. For some reason, I think we were targeted on something that was too far away to actually even hit. Wonderful. Not quite sure why the board askew is way out there. It seems it's a little far out. There we go.
That was the last of them. We're not picking up any Herc ships on long-range sensors. For now, at least. I think it's clear that the Dominion is prepared to work with you to stop the enemy. I hope the Federation is ready to do the same.
Agreed.
In the meantime, our fleet will do what it can to keep the Herc on our side of the wormhole. Tell Admiral Quinn not to wait too long to make a decision. This will reach the Federation faster than anyone would like, believe me.
Understood, Ambassador. All decks have reported in, Admiral. Ready to depart on your command. Depart system.
The Herc threat is real, and we can't afford to let it expand throughout the galaxy. There will be resistance to getting involved, but I believe we have no choice. The Federation must render aid to the Dominion if we're to have any chance of stopping the Herc onslaught. In the meantime, Kai Kira of Bajor has requested a mission to the Innis system, and Ambassador Odo has authorized it. The Kai has asked for our assistance on this, and she asked for you by name. Whatever she needs, make it so.
Now, I do want to go ahead and just point out, the thing that I find interesting is that the decision-making seems to be being left to Admiral Quinn here. We're completely ignoring, it seems, whether or not the Federation President has any say on getting involved in this. So, that's apparently a thing, or at least that's how they're treating this. I mean, I would want to assume that the Federation President would have to say, yes, get involved. But the way Odo was acting seemed to imply that the decision for whether or not getting involved is dependent on Quinn. Forget what the rest of the Federation says. It's what the guy, I guess, supposed to be in charge of Starfleet says. So, a little weird, but whatever. I'll take the mining plasma cutter. I'll never use it on this character. But I'm more likely to use it than I am either of the Polaron weapons. And that'll be it for this part. I will see you all next time, where we will be continuing the Gamma Quadrant arc. We'll finish that up with Armistice. So we will be, like I said last time, well, not last time, but the time before that, technically. We are fairly quickly approaching the end of what is currently available in the game. I do believe that we will probably finish this during the first quarter of 2020, and after that I'll have to figure out something to replace this until new episodes get released. Or new missions, rather, get released. Well, I suppose actually something will probably release in January to finish off Juula. I know there's supposed to be a TFO for it, but I don't know if they'll give a mission or not as well. I think they will. Either way, until next time, Reminder that I do have a Patreon, so if you find yourself enjoying the content on the channel, that is the easiest and best way to help support the channel. It adds up over time, even if it's only at $1 a month. And for as little as $1 a month, you get early access to all my videos. The higher tiers are mostly, I'll be honest, fluff. They're extras. You get a couple of extra goodies, potentially, or well, more so higher priority for the goodies. But yeah. So that'll be it for this part, like I said. Until next time, as always, like, favorite, comment, subscribe, share, and I'll see you all next time. But until then, goodbye and farewell.